What it do, fam? It's your boy King D Light. Now I'm back with another video. Those who are new, hit that subscribe button. And if you're not new, you know what this channel is about to do. Okay. I'm going to talk about, and it was about a story that I had hit on about the shooting that happened in Atlanta, the other day, and shout out to Atlanta. So, they got the person in custody, and it was a 14-year-old boy who did that shooting there, and they showed the victims that had gotten killed within that that incident right there. We're gonna show you the video, and we're gonna come back and talk about it a little bit.
New details have emerged about the 14-year-old gunman responsible for shooting and killing 2 teens and 2 teachers at his high school. Here are the 4 victims: teacher Richard Aspinwall, Christina Aramy, and students Mason Schermerhorn and Christian Angulo. Now, according to FBI agents, the 14-year-old gunman was already on their watch list and connected to online threats of violence last year at the same school. News4Jack's anchor Tarek Miner spoke with a child psychologist about troubled teens falling through the cracks.
Sometime between the beginning of class, he gets up and leaves. I presume to go to the bathroom.
This student sat right next to the 14-year-old school shooter Wednesday morning, describing how he left for a few minutes and moments later opened fire in the school hallway.
They went to let him in the door, but they backed off. And when they backed off, you could just see him turn to my right, and then you just hear gunshots.
The shooter killing 2 classmates and 2 teachers at Apalachee High School using what's described as an AR-15 style rifle. FBI agents in Atlanta say they previously questioned the shooting suspect last year over an online threat to shoot up a school that was posted on social media. The teen gunman and his father were interviewed by police, but at the time, authorities say they didn't have probable cause for his arrest.
These are people who are deeply, deeply angry and resentful. And they're deeply angry and resentful and have been for a very long time.
Dr. Lynn Waddleton, who's a clinical psychologist for children and adults at the First Coast Therapy Group, says more needs to be done to consistently monitor troubled teenagers.
We don't have a great system for who keeps the monitoring going. And so I think it's very easy for, the initial reaction to be all right and they, reported, but who's going to keep monitoring? Who's going to keep monitoring the social media? Who's going to keep checking for school change in attendance and et cetera? And it really, truly, it mostly falls on the parents. And that's where we've got to figure out how to get parents the information they need and the motivation they need to put these troubled kids first above all of their other responsibilities that they have.
Waddleton says she's not surprised at the young age of the shooter because of the glamorization of guns and their availability. She says school shooters, regardless of their age, are typically isolated, resentful, and angry. She says it's up to parents to follow through with monitoring their child's mental health.
I see patients who will actually, families that will bring in their teen 1 or 2 times and then, we got other stuff going on or, we can't get back. And I'm like, you haven't solved the problem of your teen. I will be seeing you again, and then sure enough, 3 or 4 months later, they're like, oh, we had a major breakdown at home, a major argument, and they're bringing them back in. So it's a difficult thing. We are a very busy community, very busy people.
Authorities say the teenage shooter had access to hunting rifles in his house, but his parents say he wasn't allowed to have unlimited access to weapons. He has been charged with 4 counts of felony murder. He's being tried as an adult, and right now it's unclear if his parents will be charged with the crime as well. Ashley.
There you have it. I'm going to say rest in peace to all the victims. Prayers go out to their family. Prayers go out to the other victims that survived because, that's devastating. Some of them watch their teachers and their classmates be slaughtered like this. And it was all from what? A teenage boy. Now, I'm going to tell you something. They said this boy, and, he had obviously a history because of the fact that it happened a year ago that he had posted something on social media about, doing something to the school. They investigated, but they let the boy go on improbable cause, but they interviewed the police, investigated. Oh, let me get my words together, y'all. Investigated the father and the young boy, but they couldn't make an arrest. My thing is, anytime. Now, get this. You had all these other shootings that happened. Think about the Columbine. Think about the other shootings, Sandy Hook, and then the other shootings that just happened, maybe about a couple of years ago, about 2 years, 3 years ago, something like that. There's another shooting. I mean, several school shootings that taken place. And a couple of them was like students. And they had posted it on social media. That should have been enough right there. Should have been enough warning sign. Because then they was arresting kids back then, even from just playing practical jokes. You can't take things lightly. This was a year ago, last year, that this happened. And they couldn't make an arrest or anything because they couldn't, find evidence or whatever. He posted it. Now look at the results this year. It might not have happened then, but look what happened now. That ought to tell you something right there, that this boy was going through something mentally. Am I right or wrong? He was going through something mentally then. So, which should have been looked into. And then he had access to weapons and things like that. The parents should have locked. I don't know. Like I just said, still, it's just certain things you don't allow your kids to be around, or especially, and see, obviously they wasn't paying attention to him because of the fact that it happened. Parents, pay attention to your child's mentality, because you never know what they're going through. We don't know what type of bullying he been through. Like she said, they, 9 times out of 10, them type of people are isolated. They're angry. Something's going on and brewing on the inside. To me, like I just said, it's a demonic spirit that is running rapids and is hitting the minds of whoever falls prey to it. And unfortunately, it hit this young 14-year-old boy. To go and, commit this heinous crime, injuring 9 people and killing 4. Just saying. My heart goes out to the families who lost their loved ones. It was 2 students, 2 teachers. And prayers go to the healing, the mental healing, for the ones that saw it and saw their teachers go down and saw their classmates get massacred. The other day, there were students on there that said one of them witnessed and said it was her math teacher. He was laying on the floor and, the white sheet was covering him. And she was scared and crying. And the other young man said it was God that kept him from getting hit. And God definitely kept him. And I thank God that he acknowledged that. But I tell you, we got to keep praying. Pray over your children. Watch your children. Observe. Monitor. A lot of times, even what the lady says, too much social media, too much, things that's going on through the social media that these kids are exposed to. Okay? Just be mindful. Let's monitor. And, keep it, because now the boy's parents might even be charged now because of the fact that I'm sure they had some type of knowledge, especially from a year ago to now, putting it all together. Come on now. You notice your son changing? Hey. With that being said, pray for them all. It's your boy D. Take care of yourself and each other. God loves you and so do I. And ain't nothing you can do about it. And remember, I'll see you in the next video. God bless you and peace.